We always hear about the Christians killing the Jews, right? And the Jews never forced anybody to convert to their religion, especially not after the destruction of the Second Temple, and the Talmud and Talmudic Judaism is just so nice and pure, and there's no violence there, and they weren't killing people. Well, November 25th, 523, is that right? Yeah, 523. November 25th, 523 is the date of the massacre. He surrounded the place, and the people knew they couldn't hold off forever, and the Jews said, "Look, we'll give you complete amnesty. All we want is the town. We'll let you go. We're not here to kill you. We just want to take the city." We'll let all the women and children go, and even the men. Full amnesty. We just want to take the city. So the Christians, trusting the Jews, opened up the gates. 2,000 people were slaughtered. It's recorded priests, deacons, subdeacons, children, men, women, everyone. And then the remaining, they had dragged the bodies after they had burned all the churches and monasteries. There was one church left because they were destroying all the churches and monasteries in the area. But people who were under siege in basically a small city don't know this. So the church of that city, they piled all the dead bodies into it, 2,000 of them, forcing the people to drag their own fellow Christian, the dead bodies of their fellow fallen brethren in Christ, into the church. And they even slaughtered a woman's granddaughter and daughter and made her taste the blood of both of them before they killed her, and said, "How does it taste?" And she says, "It's sweet and pure," and they killed her. And they gave one condition: you convert to Judaism now, or we'll kill you. And there was no takers. They're listed as martyrs, I believe, in the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church might downplay it now, but in Russia and Ethiopia, they definitely are. So they piled all the bodies into the church, and they shoved an additional 360 people in there, the remaining Christian population, and piled wood around it, and they burned it. They burned these people alive, and destroyed the church. Now, when word got out that this was going on, that this happened, and there were eyewitnesses from this, obviously the Christian survivors, none of them, but the Jewish tribes going around bragging about this. The Ethiopian king was upset, and so was the Bishop of Alexandria, whose jurisdiction it was. So, and when it got to Constantinople, the emperor was pissed too. Now keep in mind, this is before Islam, so said something's got to happen about this. Because if it didn't, there's going to be consequences. So they hunted down these dogs and they killed them. But it's important to remember this, because the violence wasn't always one-sided. When the Jews had the upper hand, or when they tried to take the upper hand, they tried to force the Christians to convert. And we see in the Gospels there were proselyte Jews. We see in what the Protestants call the intertestamental time, silly. It's intertestamental for them. We see that the Jews forced the Edomites at sword point to convert to Judaism. And there has been cases like this all throughout history, yet us Americans tend to forget them, because it's not polite to say that a Jew would ever force a non-Jew to convert. That can't be the truth, even if it's a fact. We can't talk about it. You're not going to hear about this in public schools. I would urge people to look it up, and to especially if you're atheist. I mean, this will give you more ammunition, right? No, this video is not directed at anybody, but I would like to hear some of the Jewish responses to this of what is this, because I've heard things like there's no sin in killing the goyim. I know, but this is something that's forgotten. Is it an obscure fact in history? Is it conveniently forgotten? Is it just something that isn't major? Maybe it's all three for some people, but the Eastern Orthodox Church is the church that always has martyrs. We never seem to be running out of martyrs, whether it's from the pagan Romans, the Roman Catholics, the communists, the Muslims, the Jews. Why would the Christians not like the Jews? Well, there are dozens more incidents like this. And I don't know if I should go through them all. That might, I don't know, set the wrong tone to this channel. But remember November 25th, when the ADL is beating their drum of, oh, we're the persecuted, we're the victims. Yeah, there's enough violence to go around for everybody, but this myth that have never persecuted people because of their religion, which I've heard people say, I've heard people on YouTube say this, is not true. You can look at the Old Testament for evidence. But even after that, when I speak of Jews, I mean, I don't connect Jews, Talmudic Jews, what we call modern day Jews, who are descended of the branch of a certain branch of Pharisees, with the people of ancient Israel. I see there's a disconnect, definitely, in this Talmudic Judaism, which would then become Kabbalistic Judaism also, was extremely hostile towards the Christians.